Christian Bale has revealed that Warner Brothers originally pitched him a fourth Batman film in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight series, though he ultimately decided to pass.
Explaining to the Toronto Sun why he chose not to don the pointy ears once more, Bale said, quote,
"When WB inevitably came to us and said, 'How about a number 4?' I said, 'No, we have to stick to Chris's dream, which was always to hopefully do a trilogy. Let's not stretch too far and become overindulgent and go for a fourth.'"
Bale shared that Nolan took each film one at a time and treated it as though it was the last one they were going to get the chance to make. Bale said, quote,
"We were never arrogant to assume that we had an opportunity beyond one film at a time."
Bale explained that a fourth Dark Knight film was never part of Nolan's original plan, saying, quote,
"Chris had always said to me that if we were fortunate to be able to make 3, we would stop."
And stop they did. But the Dark Knight trilogy earned a combined $2.4 billion and were celebrated by fans and critics alike. So you can see why WB at least tried to make another one.
There were no details given on what the fourth Dark Knight film would have been about, but it's easy enough to imagine that they could have had John Blake, aka Robin, seek out Old Man Bruce's help in taking down a dangerous new villain, so Batman comes out of retirement again, and they call it The Dark Knight Returns.
Given this a lot of thought.
Yeah, I don't sleep much.
But as to why it's perhaps best that there was never a fourth Dark Knight film, we turn to a 2016 Cinema Blend interview with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who played John Blake. He said, quote, "I think Nolan very much thought of The Dark Knight Rises as a conclusion, and there's a theme that runs through all 3 of those movies that begins in the first movie, runs through the second movie, and it concludes in that moment where he says that Batman is more than a man, Batman is a symbol. And so to have another man other than Bruce Wayne kind of becoming Batman at the end of that trilogy, I think that's the perfect ending to that story."
Okay, fine, I guess that's a good point, JGL, but what do you think of Bale's decision to pass on The Dark Knight 4? Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching. For more news from IGN Now, check out how the cast of Justice League made a public call for the release of the Snyder Cut, and see why some Star Wars fans think they've spotted Boba Fett in The Mandalorian.
And be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.
That's right, Joshua.
That's right, Clint.